Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Sock Talks. Glad you're here with us today. And on this, gosh, the last of April already. Can you believe that?
Gone by quick.
Yeah, Mother's Day is like right around the corner. Gosh, hope
Send your
you've been
cards.
thinking yeah, get your cards out, and something special for mom. Moms don't just want a card; they do want other things too.
But so it's my
Just thought
daughter's
I'd tell you
first.
that.
So it's my daughter's first Mother's Day as a mom, right?
Yeah.
And what does she tell Brendan?
Huh.
Don't this up. Like you better be special. I said I'll help. I'll show him how to send a card to you.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, it's hard to believe. Hard to believe.
Yep.
So anyways, we got a lot going on in these prompting days, and we got webinars that are happening all the time, and we're rebranding to a sense of promptings and what promptings is all about. And we have these webinars every Wednesday night. So some of the questions that's been posed to us have been, how do you invite? How do you invite? Sean, tell us your tell us your scoop.
So the kiss, keep it simple, stupid. That goes to all of us. We like to
Mhm.
explain what's going to happen, and at 8:10, no, it's the So Joy, if I came to you and said, "Hey, Joy, there's a webinar for prompting send out cards. I think you would really enjoy it. This week, Cody's going to be on. Cody, our founder, is going to be on. He's going to tell why promptings. And I don't want to spoil it, but it's something about his brother. And then Kathy's going to be on. I'm sure she's going to have some really cool card stories. And then Gail, she's a realtor. I know you're a realtor, so you should really be on to hear her because she took her business from 35% to almost 100% referral. And they're just going to walk away from you because you're puking all over them, right? If I said, hey, I think Joy, there's a cool webinar for send out cards promptings. It's 8 o'clock on Wednesday. I'm going to send you a link. Just click on it, register. I think you'd really enjoy it. Really cool. Can I count on you to be there?
There you go.
It's not recorded, so you got to watch it live.
There you go.
It's like if you would invite somebody to your birthday party, right? Or your kids having a birthday party this Saturday at 1 o'clock. What would you say? Hey, Timmy's Bobby's friend. We're having a birthday party for Timmy at 1 o'clock on Saturday. Can you guys make it? Great. You're not going to go on like when are we cutting the cake? When we do have punch? What games are we going to play? What times? No, it's just keep it simple. On anything you invite someone to, whether it's the webinar, whether it's hey, I'd love to show you how to send a card. When's a good time next week? Hey,
Hmm.
there's a promptings event in May. I think you would really enjoy it. I've got a ticket. They're usually I'd be glad to have you on it with us. It's really cool. I think you'd get really something out of the event.
Hmm.
I mean, how about you? Thoughts?
Yeah, well,
Same.
I love the verbiage. I love the simplicity of the verbiage. And I think you're right. We don't keep it simple. We talk about when we show the cards, don't go into all the detail with all the different fonts and all the different, all the cool things we know are in that system.
Right.
Make it quick, make it simple. And if we do that, then inviting to a webinar should be the same way. Now, if I did have a realtor, I might throw a little tagline at the end that says, by the way, one of the testimonies is going to be in real
Oh
estate.
no, I did like on my
Kind of something
invite.
like
I
that,
said,
yeah,
or
yeah.
who
And
do you have realtor friends? Feel free to share the link. They would love what they're going to hear from Gail. You don't have to tell them
then,
what they're going to hear from Gail. And I
right,
would love,
right.
and then maybe pose a question like, man, I can't wait to get your feedback on it after you watch it and
Yes,
tell me what you
yeah.
think.
That's
Especially if
just
you know
exactly what I was
they're
going
going
to
to
say. Yeah.
align with somebody that's talking. So
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say too, is that you want to kind of follow up with that too and just say, hey, number one, let me know, I'll get you the link. And number two, I can't wait to hear your feedback.
no, don't get no assumptive. Hey, I'm going to send you the link.
Yeah.
Like they're going to accept. And you know what? If they don't make it when you follow up, oh, you know what? There's not one next Wednesday. So yeah,
By the
it's
way, it was so good
I
this Wednesday. They're doing another one next Wednesday.
I had someone yesterday. I don't know if I can make it. You know what? Or somebody said, "Is this going to be recorded?" Yeah. Well, I said, "No, no, it's not. You got to be on it live." Um, and if not, I think there'll be one next week, I'm sure. Um, so
I'll let you
no,
know.
it
Yeah.
is keep it simple and like you said, with showing them the card, and you could even mention after they hit send and then say, you know what, I didn't even show you a tenth of the stuff that you can do with the cards. I can't
Yes.
wait till you get in
Yes.
there and we do some training. So then
Yeah.
you're planting the seed that they're going to do send out cards.
Right. Right.
So
Exactly.
yeah, it's just
Exactly.
well,
Yeah. And I
what else?
know, huh?
What else? What else can I do? No, I'm not telling.
Uh, yeah, exactly. Well, and then the question comes up, it's like, well, who do you invite? How do you invite them? And you put it out there on Facebook.
Everyone.
No. Well, yeah, but do it private message. The more you can
Yeah,
do
yeah,
private one-to-ones to
yeah.
people, the more special those people are going to feel, and they're not going to feel like you are just trying to get a room full of people, and they're
No,
just
and I posted on Facebook, but I also
yeah,
messaged a lot of people individually. You're right,
yes,
to say,
yeah.
hey, I'd love to have you on here. I'm going to send you the link. You know,
Yeah, yeah, and I do that too, and I put it out there, and then I follow up with the individual folks,
yeah.
and just say, hey, I'm not sure if you saw my post. I'm not sure if you saw that, what we have
Right.
coming up Wednesday, but I wanted to make sure that you were aware. I think this is something you would really enjoy. I'm going to send you the link, register, and I can't wait for your feedback.
And just like you said with Gail, if you know a bunch of realtors, that would last night would have been a great one because they're going to hear Gail's story.
Mm-hmm,
Um,
hmm.
you know, on
Yeah,
how she took. Well, I want 100% referrals. So,
yeah.
or whoever's on there, maybe that's where you say, oh my gosh, that's a financial planner, or that's a lender. Or that's a salesperson.
Target those folks. Yeah.
Who do I have in my list? Let me go to my, you know, my list and invite those. Hey, you don't want to miss this week. It's really cool. There's, so
Mm-hmm,
and so that does X like you. So you'll probably get some, even if you don't join send out cards, you get something. So,
right,
but
right,
I'm assuming you will.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. So invite simply. Keep it short, keep it short, keep it quick, and individually,
Yeah.
hit your people individually. When you're going back on the cards, when we show the cards, and I've been very guilty of this. I mean, when I go in there, I feel like I'm very efficient when I can say to them, like, oh, I picked this font, I do that, and I can get through it very quickly when I'm doing it myself. But I've changed that to where I'm not changing the fonts. I'm not doing any of that stuff. I'm making it quick, and I don't do a lot of booths. And I don't know if you saw my post. I was at an event for 2 days this week,
Yeah.
and I as I got the interest and I promoted all promptings too, Sean. I did not. I had my send out card tablecloth. Or the runner,
Hmm.
and I had that, and I actually took it down. I just like, okay, I'm just gonna, because I had a prompting sign made. Fortunately, I had two pull-up signs that were the old send out card signs. Remember when we had the two blue ones and one, well, I had them made up, but appreciation you could touch on one, the
Hmm.
97 program on
Yeah.
the other, but the send out card logos were at the bottom.
Oh, so you could.
So yeah, but they were done in the blue, so everything was like blue. I color coordinated very well.
Oh well, very
Impressed with
nice.
myself. But I used that banner where the banner was when somebody was having interest, and they asked more questions about promptings. And somehow when they saw send out cards, they're like, oh, I'm not interested in cards. But when they see promptings, like, what does that mean? Kind of
No,
thing. So
I had
it's
a
like,
promptings hat on the other day, and lady's like, "What's
yeah,
promptings?"
yeah, yeah. It was really so what I did is I had them stand in front of my appreciation you could touch sign, and I took the picture and pulled my phone out, took a picture and sent a card in less than 2 minutes. It
Very
wasn't
cool.
even 2 minutes.
Yep.
Boom, 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 boom. I had great internet there. You got to make sure you have great internet.
Yeah. Yep.
This does not work if you don't, kind of thing. And it's all of a sudden it was like you could see people's light bulbs like, oh, okay. I said, well, sign up here. I'll get you some more information. Here's, I'll get you a link, because you can't do that in a show
Right.
where people send their own card kind of
Yeah.
thing. But anyway, so I thought it
No,
was,
but it's a lead source for you.
yeah,
Obviously,
it's a
absolutely.
lead source for me. And it was just, but the whole point of this conversation was the fact of how I made it much more simpler.
Yeah.
I just made it quick. I made it simple. I had a card right in the top that I used all the time. Very simple, spoke the message, didn't even change any of the words that never get written the way you say them, right?
Right.
And because I can go back there later and do that, and boom, 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 it was done. So, and
Yeah.
I think we have to do the same thing when you're
Because
promoting.
simple is duplicatable.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Whether it's invite, show how to send a card, how to get people set up on the process.
Mm-hmm.
It's duplicatable if you went on for a half hour to show somebody how to send a card, which it happens because they sometimes can't pick a card. Um,
Exactly.
then they're like, well, oh my God, half hour, where if
Yeah.
it's 5, 10 minutes, I mean, if that. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yep.
And
So keep it
also,
simple.
yeah, and last week's, if you're doing the newsletter, the last
Mhm.
week's newsletter was about the webinar. You know, and even though you put that out to the masses, just like putting something on Facebook, you're putting it out to the masses, you still pull individual people. It's like, hey, I want to make sure
Yeah,
you saw this. I want to
absolutely.
make sure you saw that. I want to make sure, you know, because I really think this would be a great thing for, you know, that you'll find this
Yeah,
very beneficial for yourself. So don't just depend on that mass stuff working because
no,
it's
it does. No,
no,
if you invite
it's
everyone, you
not the
invite no
source.
one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important you have them, you know, it kind of puts that bug out there, but when you reach out to people individually and say, hey, look, this is for you, you know, this, I
Yep,
think you'd really be great interest in this, jump on. It's 20 minutes, 30 minutes,
20 minutes. 20 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah. So,
We'll
so
get
anyway,
there.
so I
We'll
hope
keep
we
it simple
answered
on
your
that. So,
question, folks,
yeah.
on that, on the
Yeah, and
webinars.
anything else you wanted to discuss that came from somebody that said, "Hey, can you how do you invite people?" So,
Yeah,
just keep it. You know, we do love to over explain stuff, no matter what. You know, we
I
want to show
know.
how much we know, or we want and just, you know what? I think Jordan shares the story of the guy that was very successful in his last company. How do you get paid? I don't know, but if I keep a blue piece of paper and I send a pink one in and they get a white one, I get a check. That was his answer to everything.
Yeah, yeah,
Now, was he
exactly.
probably a very intelligent, smart man? Yeah, but he knew if I just keep it simple,
Hmm.
how do I get paid? I don't
Hmm.
know, but every time I sign somebody up to send cards, I get paid, and when
Yeah.
they sign somebody up, I get
Yeah.
paid.
The next day I get a paycheck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
exactly, exactly. So I just have to end with this, Sean. So this just like blew me away. It was one of those surreal moments. And I did post it on the group, but just to share it again, I was at the chamber appreciation lunch. They do an
mhm,
appreciation lunch for employers. Employers invite their employees. You know, they have all kinds of baskets, treat them to lunch and everything. And he got up there and he spoke not even 10 minutes, you know, just to kind of like welcome everybody. Of course, he shows his appreciation to his staff and everybody and all that. And it was really cool because he had the bosses, the employers stand up and recognize them as knowing how important it was to recognize their clients and
nice.
or their employees. I thought that was like really cool. And then he makes reference to two books that he reads. And
Which
he
ones were
says,
those?
yeah, and you know, one of them was a John Maxwell, The Five Steps in Good Leadership, and the
Hmm.
second one, Cody Bateman's Power of the Human Connection.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there thinking, holy cow, you know, I mean, I gave him that book like 2 years ago,
Right.
you know, and so he hadn't even put together that it was me and as part of this chamber. And it was like, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, and he quoted things from the book, and it was just like, holy cow. So we are making an impact. It is
We
where
are.
people it was just awesome.
Very
Just
cool.
awesome.
Very
So
cool.
we're in the right place. We're doing the right
Absolutely.
things. Promptings is
Keep
the
it
right
simple.
name,
Invite
you
people
know.
individually and have
Yeah,
fun.
that's it. And make it simple.
Yep.
Keep it silly simple.
Kiss. I like to
Mhm.
keep it simple, stupid, because sometimes we
Yeah,
have to be reminded
I
not to be
know.
stupid.
Okay. I like to keep it silly simple, but you can go ahead and keep it
Yeah.
simple, stupid.
Don't be stupid. Don't over explain.
The whole point is keep it and simple is the same,
Yes. Yes.
no
Yes.
matter what, right?
Yep.
All right, awesome. Okay,
Righty.
guys, have a
Have a great
great,
weekend.
see you next time. Go and
Bye bye.
bite. Bye.